Alright, so a friend asked me to document what it takes to do a screen print at the house. So here are the supplies that I have for exposing. I have two 500 watt halogens, and I pull the glass out of it because that is UV light tempered and you want all the UV light you can get, so I pull that out. Screen emulsion remover for when you're done with your screen. Your actual screen, sheet of glass. I don't know if you can see that here, but you'll see it later. That's to hold your vellum down, your stencil. You hold it up to the light, you can see through it. That's what you use to expose your artwork to your emulsion. This is the trough that you apply the emulsion to the screen. I use the Ulano QX1. It's green. It's really nice, easy to use. Degreaser for when you clean your screens before you apply the emulsion. It makes it easy, and you really need to degrease your screens, or else the emulsion doesn't stick. It'll wash right off after you expose. You need a squeegee. You need your inks. There's lots of inks out there. I use water-based inks just because that other stuff's really nasty. You need a respirator and light and a heat source to cure it. So there's Speedball. I buy this at Hazel Arts. It's just a run-of-the-mill acrylic ink. A couple clamps to clamp your screen down. Your whatever the hell this is. So scoop up your ink when you're done printing. A couple of hinges and just a decent table, flat table. This is an old table that my dad used. It was a butcher block. The top is a old shuffleboard, and I kind of show you underneath how I built my light exposure unit. There's the two halogens, and I have about 18 inches between the halogen and the framework below where the screen will rest. And of course you need your paper. So those are my supplies. In the next video I'll show you how to set up the exposure unit and also the emulsion on the screen. Alright, so now I'm exposing my screen. I already prepared the screens last night. Put the emulsion on, let it dry in a dark space overnight. It was nice and dry. Pulled it out. Now it's exposing on my exposing table. And again, so the screen is laying on the flat surface. There's a few sheets of paper underneath it, and then I put the stencil down and then put the glass on top, so it provides a nice flat pressed surface. Lots of people use those tables with the vacuum sealer, but I keep it ghetto, so I do it this way. And then you can see underneath, there are the two halogens, two 500 watt halogens. And I'm just going to let this expose for about 11 minutes, and then I'll wash it out, and I'll show you what happens after I do that. Hey, so the last clip I showed how to expose the screens, and I have to make an edit to that. I said to do it for like 11 minutes, and I ended up overexposing two screens because the light shined on the emulsion a little bit too long, and these little words were closing up and they weren't washing out. So I took the exposure time down to 7 minutes, and it worked perfectly. So if you're using the same setup, do it for 7 minutes and you'll be alright. And last night I did the first color of this print. This is for Art Conspiracy. If you don't know about Art Conspiracy, go to artconspiracy.org and check them out. They're really cool. They do a lot of great work for the community in Dallas. So this is a 2-color poster. That I did the first color. It was a bit of silver, ran out of silver, so I switched to gold. And this is going to be the final second color. So here's a screen. It's already been exposed. What I did was I wrapped the edges with shipping tape just to keep the ink that spills off on the edges from going through and getting on the table. And I went ahead and mixed the ink up last night as well. It's a really cool color. It's a metallic bronze. So I found some acrylics. I think it's just like latex house paint, and then some black screen print ink, and just mixed them up. And I recommend experimenting with the ink if you can. It's really fun to mix your own colors. So what I did is I clamped in here. I clamped the screen to the hinges. So when you're screen printing, it just flips right up. And then I went ahead and registered the paper. And to keep the edges lined up, what I do is just take some painter's tape, like 5 or 6 or 7 pieces, and just sort of stick them here, line them up. That way when you're using your paper, you got a nice little edge. And that's about it for lining it up. Next thing all I need to do now is put the ink on the screen and start going at it. So I'll let you know how it turns out. Alright, so finished printing. Had a little problem, we almost ran out of ink. So I had to run into the cabinet and mix a bunch of colors together, see if I come up with this black. But the first round were pretty cool. They were this bronze color against gold. I don't know if you can really see it in this, but there we go. 2-color job. See ya.